Hello and welcome to Bikes, Boats, and Bivouacs. Join me as we review French Creek State Park in Elverson, Pennsylvania. Today we reviewed French Creek State Park. Now, French Creek State Park is located in Elverson, Pennsylvania off of Route 345, about 15 minutes outside of Birdsboro, Pennsylvania. At this park, they have camping, 2 lakes, a pool, day use area, and about 35 miles of hiking trails. And if you go to the website www.dcnr.pa.gov and click on French Creek State Park, you can hear about everything they have to offer at this place. If you want to reserve at the state park, you have to do that online at www.visitpaparks.com, and you would select French Creek and book your stay. And that's true for all the state parks in Pennsylvania. First, I want to talk about the camping. This is a large state park. Consequently, they have a lot of places for you to stay. There are 200 wooded sites in 4 different loops at this park. 60 of the sites have electric. 16 of the sites are full hookup. 47 sites are year-round. And also in Loop C, which is the year-round loop, they allow pets. So you can take your pets if you book in Loop C. They also have 3 cottages, 2 yurts, and 10 modern cabins that you could rent, in addition to group tenting areas that can handle, one of them can handle 60 people, and then there's 16 that can hold 30 people. So if you have a large group of tenters, this is a good park for you to consider. And they have group camps, so one can hold 135 and the other one can handle 68, and these camps have, you know, all the necessary buildings for cooking, etc. So really nice camping facilities at this state park. The cost is the same as any other state park. The cabins are going to run $56 to $140. The campsites are, you know, about $15 a night. Electric is another $6 a night, and water and sewer I think is $12 a night. So about, for a full hookup, about $35 a night. As far as activities, there's a ton of stuff to do at this park. You know, it's 7,900 acres, so there's a lot they can pack in to this park. There are 2 lakes, Scotch Run Lake, which is a 22-acre lake, and Hopewell Lake, which is a 68-acre lake, and you'll see both of these in the video. You can go fishing on those lakes. So those lakes are electric motor only, so you're either paddling or using a trolling motor. And there is no swimming in the lake. However, this park has the largest pool I have ever seen at a state park over in the day use area, and you'll see that in the video also. In addition, they have areas designated for hunting. They have mountain biking trails and horseback trails. Plenty of places to go bird watching if you're a birder. They do have an amphitheater, and they do quite a few nature talks to get you familiar with the outdoors. And they have 35 miles of hiking trails, and that's broken down into 9 different trails. So there is an awful lot to do at this park. It's very family oriented. There is a playground area, as I had mentioned prior to this. There's a pool in the lakes, etc. Fields to play softball, etc. in. If you're a couple, don't have any kids, all 200 of these campgrounds are wooded, so there is a sense of privacy at every site. Nearby, there's a lot to do. There's the Daniel Boone Homestead, just about 10 minutes away. Hopewell Furnace is right there up near the park. And also Nolde Forest would be another 20-minute ride. The bathrooms are clean, they're relatively modern, and they have varying degrees of amenities in the bathrooms. What I mean by that is the bathrooms will have some of the bathrooms will just be bathrooms, others will have showers, some will have cold and potentially cold and hot water. So the bathrooms look great, no issues there, and there's always sinks outside the bathrooms to wash up, so if you're in one of the primitive sites and you don't have water, you have a place to clean up your dishes, etc. at this park. The best thing, or the unique feature, really about this park is its size. It is 7,900 acres. Overall, I give this state park and campground a big double thumbs up. This is one of the nicest state parks I have seen, and for me, living in Fleetwood, it's pretty close. So with that, I'm going to wrap up the talk, and we'll switch it over to the video, and you can take a little tour of French Creek State Park. Campground, lakes, day use area, and the pool. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. It's free, and it helps me out a lot, so I can continue to bring you. As we enter the campground, we notice the amphitheater. So we'll check that out. Many of the state parks have programs, educational programs for campers and visitors. And a lot of times they use these amphitheaters to gather folks in and to provide demonstrations and materials for them so they can better enjoy the DCNR or Pennsylvania state parks. So this is the amphitheater where they have their programs. Okay, so we are at French Creek State Park. We're in Loop D. Loop C is the loop that allows pets. But we'll check out the restroom facility, and we'll also look at a campsite. So here is the outside of the bathrooms. Do have the outside sinks for washing stuff up in the primitive areas. And as I walk in, it's relatively modern. It does have sinks, a dryer for your hands, sanitizer, a couple of urinals. We have some toilets. And then over here, on this side, we have cold water showers. So that'll help speed the process along if there's no hot water. So now we're in Loop D of the campground, and Loop D is primitive. So there's no hookups. So you have to make sure you have your batteries and solar and lanterns and those kinds of things. This particular site is relatively level, and it does have a picnic table and a nice area to set up. If you were tenting, this would be a good site. And there is the pad for small camper or your car. So maybe a 20-footer would fit in here if you wanted to use it. Here's another campsite that pretty level for a trailer. They have a space in the back. Potable water here, so you can access the water from here. And they do have macadam for the pads for the trailers, so it is a relatively level area. Some people question whether or not you should use a mat or a carpet when you go camping, and this is there's a good reason, this site is a good reason why you might want to take one with you. It could tend to get a little muddy, so the mat will save your camper from tracking all that inside. So in Pennsylvania, those mats can come in handy, especially when we've had such a rainy summer season like we have in the summer of 2018. Okay, we made our way to Scotch Run Lake at French Creek State Park, so we're going to check it out. The first thing we notice, they have bathrooms. So let's walk down to the docks and see what the lake looks like. Here we see the rules. It is electric motor only. You can't fish from the docks, but you can fish from the boat in the lake. And you have to have your PFDs on the boat, and you at least need a minimum of a whistle to warn people if you're having problems. And you must have a fishing license and no alcohol. So we can see it looks pretty good. I see fish in there, some brim. There's a lot of vegetation in the water. And just beyond that, we can see things feeding just on the surface of the lake. It's a very nice lake. So here is what the docks look like. We have a boat just about underwater here. Might need to pump that one out. We see a couple of them need a little attention. Okay, the nice thing about French Creek State Park, 2 lakes. Scotch Run Lake and Hopewell Lake. A lot of people out there on kayaks today, enjoying the water. How's the fishing today? It's early. At times when you're camping, it might be raining and you need something to do. And Marie just happens to be a librarian, so she'll explain what is here.
There's a little library for you to bring a book, share a book, take a book. How cool is that? You're never alone.
So the librarian is happy because French Creek State Park has library boxes at the lake. Okay, so we made it to the day use area and we're at the pool. Now the pool doesn't have any water in it because we're after Labor Day, but I'm still going to show it to you so you know how large it is. So very nice, a nice manicured lawn for people to lay out on their blankets and towels. This is really, really nice. Very impressive.